What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be talking about Doom Asylum. So this movie, I've really barely heard anybody ever talk about it. I've never heard like anyone in real life that I know mention this. Like nobody that I know who's into horror movies has ever been like, "Yo, bro, you see Doom Asylum? That's a classic." Like, no one has ever said that once. And I watch a lot of movie reviewers on YouTube, a lot of horror movie reviewers, and I really haven't seen anyone talk about this movie. Um, Here's the deal. I I saw the cover and I thought it looked kind of cool, and then I watched the trailer and I'm like, okay, it's an 80s slasher. Like, it's always been one that I'm like, you know, I'm a sucker for 80s slashers. I'm like, I'll probably check that out eventually. Like, I saw the trailer and to be honest, like I thought it looked really really bad. I'm like, man, this looks terrible. Like, I I don't know, but then I don't know. It's like it looks terrible, but it's like, what am I gonna do? Just rewatch all the same, like all the great slashers that I've already seen? Like, what am I gonna do? Just watch like Halloween 4 or Friday the 13th 6 like on repeat? Like, I mean, it's always cool checking out new 80s slashers, and I did think that it was gonna be bad, and it was bad, but I thought it was super entertaining. So yeah, that's the thing about this movie. Like, I went in with absolutely just no expectations, just super, well, not no expectations. I went in with like pretty low expectations. Like, I was gonna watch some other movies, but I was kind of tired, and this was short. It was like an hour and 18 minutes. So I'm like, yeah, I don't really want to watch like a 2 hour movie. Like, I'm kind of tired, so let me just. I just like randomly made the decision. I'm like, oh, I'll just watch that. So I made the decision to watch it. I'm like, man, I hope I don't just totally waste my time. I had a feeling I was going to, but even though this movie was bad, it was so fun. It was, I don't know why nobody talks about this on YouTube, but it's like a so bad it's good type movie. Like, there I was just cracking up the entire movie. And honestly, the kills were not that bad. They really weren't. There was like a good variety of kills, and um the gore was on point. Like, some of it, like, you could tell it was like a lot lower budget than a lot of other movies at the time, so it didn't look as good as like Friday the 13th or something, like in terms of the actual practical effects. But I mean, there were no cutaway kills. You got to see everything. There was some like really creative kills, and they were funny. Some of them were kind of funny. I'll get into that later though, but yeah, this movie was so funny. Like, some of like the worst acting I've ever seen in my entire life. And I watch like movies with bad acting on the reg, and usually like I don't mind at all, but this, it was like, it was just like the worst overacting I've ever seen in my entire life, and it was just so entertaining. I was I was just dying laughing the entire movie. And the entire movie, like, I didn't get really that bored. Like, maybe like the last 15 minutes I was a little bored when it was like the final girl, but other than that, like, there was so much goofy stuff going on that I was just like having a ball, you know? And maybe that's part of the reason why I had a good time, is because my expectations were so low. But I don't know why no one talks about this as like a so bad it's good type movie, because a lot of movies that people talk about in terms of so bad they're good type movies. Like, I'll watch it, and other than a couple scenes, I'm like, that wasn't even really that funny. Like, I did Samurai Cop on the channel, and there was a couple funny moments, but overall it wasn't that funny. It wasn't like that bad. Um, I mean, it was just like boring. It was like bad in like a boring way. And then same with Troll 2. Troll 2 is like super famous for being such a bad movie and so funny. And I mean, like the dance scene is funny, and the you don't piss on hospitality, that's classic, but like most of that movie is just boring. Like, this entire movie was fun and entertaining, and there was always just some dumb stuff going on where I was just always having a chuckle. So like, I don't know why no one talks about this as like a so bad it's good type movie, and it had like all the tropes of a slasher movie. It was great. I mean, part of the reason why I liked that was, a couple beers deep, so that might have helped. But that's like a given. If you're watching a slasher movie, you have to be a couple beers deep. I'm just joking. I mean, if people out there don't drink, that's all good. But I don't know, some slasher movies and having a couple of drinks, they go together like, peanut butter and jelly. So, it's just, it enhances the experience. But anyways, I think I've just been talking for quite a while. I don't know, because my camera doesn't tell me, how long I've been recording. That's why all my videos are like 3 hours long. Just kidding, but they're pretty long. Cause I'm just out here rambling and stuff. I need to like make it more structured. No, I'm just playing. I'm not gonna do that. That's the off the cuff style. That's my style. I just kind of just go with it. Kind of just make it up. It's just like, just keep it natural. But anyways, I'm gonna get into a little plot summary for you all now. So the movie starts out. You got this guy. He's a lawyer, and he's with his girl, and I believe it's his wife. I'm pretty sure. So basically, he's just drinking and driving. He's got like a huge bottle of champagne. Not like he was like drinking before and he's driving. He's got a convertible. Like, it's broad daylight. He's driving a convertible. Any police officer could see him. Any pedestrian could see him, and he just doesn't even give a heck. He just got a big old bottle of champagne. He's just chugging it with the top down, with his girl, just like endangering his girl. Like, it's whatever, yo. Like, we gotta celebrate. Maybe they just got married. I don't know. Maybe he's just like, he's just turning up. Like, maybe he just turns up on the reg and drinks and drives. I don't know. I mean, I feel like you probably get away with that more back in the day. Still, like, I mean, you still get in trouble, but it's like not as crazy as nowadays. Nowadays, it's like they'll take your license. Like, it's over. You get in all kinds of trouble. But yeah, like, that was the opening scene in the movie, and then like right off the bat, I'm like, all right, I can get into this. All right, he's drinking champagne and driving. Okay, this is my type of movie. And that sounds like I'm like a crazy person. I don't, like, in real life, of course, drinking and driving is absolutely terrible, and I don't condone it. Like, I'm trying to stay safe out here, and I want people to stay safe. But like in 80s movies, when fools are drinking and driving, it's like the best stuff ever. Like in Carrie, when John Travolta's character is just like driving around, just like pounding beers, like, that shit's awesome. So I'm all for it. So that was the first scene in the movie, and I'm already like sold. I'm already like, all right, let's go. But anyways, they get into a crash. The woman dies, and the guy is like, he's pretty much like pronounced dead. He's at this, for these these doctors. I was gonna say something else, but yeah, they're just doctors, I was gonna say like medical examiners or whatever, but so these doctors, they're like immediately doing an autopsy on him, and for some reason they just like cut off all the skin on his face, and then we realize he's still alive. So I don't know why for the autopsy they had to like cut off his face skin, but for the movie, it makes sense because then he's got like this scary zombie look, which I mean, it was kind of a cool look. It was kind of unique. I mean, it wasn't the best makeup. It wasn't like Freddy Krueger status, but I mean, for the budget, it was cool. It was unique. I haven't seen him like, cause he wasn't a zombie, but he was just, you could see all his tendons and veins, and he was all just, his like face was ripped off. So it was like, it was gnarly looking. It was cool. But anyways, he's not actually dead. He kills the doctors, and then we fast forward 10 years later, and so his girlfriend or wife that died, her daughter is hanging with her friends. It's not his daughter, it's like his stepdaughter. But anyways, she's hanging with some friends. They're hanging out outside the asylum, and then there's like some punk rock band in the asylum, which their like music is absolutely terrible. It's so bad. I mean, like, I'm not like a huge metal fan or huge punk rock fan, but my brother is, and he'll play some of that stuff with like all the screaming. And honestly, like, I'm not a hater. Like, I don't mind it. Like, I wouldn't really seek that type of stuff out myself, but I don't mind it. But like these girls, they're just screaming, and it's just off. It just sounds terrible. It's like it's the type of stuff that'll just make your ears bleed straight up. But like that, it was funny like how bad their band was. But anyways, so you got this group of teens. They're at the asylum. It's the woman who died, it's her daughter, and her friends, and then you got this punk rock band, and then all like they're already in the asylum, and then the rest of the kids go in there, and then of course the killer's still there. He's got like a little hideout. He just watches black and white movies and just like creeps down dark hallways. So if you guessed that the teenagers start getting picked off by the killer, then you would be right. So yeah, and that's basically it. So I mean, the past couple videos, actually not couple, past, actually yeah, like quite a few of the videos that I've been doing for a while. I've been doing the structure where I do like dislikes, all that. Today I'm just trying out just writing down random notes. That's what I did when I was starting out. So I'm just trying that. I'm just trying a bunch of different stuff, seeing what's most comfortable. But anyways, yeah, I'm not getting into like likes and dislikes. I'm just getting into random stuff. So just to let you all know, the structure is going to be a little bit different. But yeah, the first thing that I wanted to talk about is so there's this character Darnell, and he's got, I don't know, I just noticed it, like this is something that I noticed about him. He just had this big gold chain, and it was like the fakest gold chain I've ever seen in my entire life, and it just said his name on it, like in like huge letters, like Darnell. I don't know, I thought that was funny. And his character's funny. Like, he sees this girl in the punk band, and they're just like checking each other out, and he's like kind of like getting all flirty with her, but he like they just like immediately like totally fall for each other, like. And then it's funny, he's just like staring her down, he's licking his lips, he's like looking at her, he's just like staring into her soul, just licking his lips, like, I don't know. But right off the bat, like when they like first look into each other's eyes, they like not like they're not like close, but they're like she's like on the roof and he's down there, and look into each other's eyes, and they both like daydream the sequence where they're in this field and they have like their arms out and they're running into each other's arms and they're like falling in love and stuff. And that was extremely funny. I was cracking up, but then that sequence happens again like another time when they're like daydreaming of each other, like shortly after. And once they like, because they're like running towards each other to like embrace each other, and once they actually like hug, like the girl like jumps up on him and like wraps her legs around his chest, and they literally just start like dry humping each other like vigorously. And I was like hell yeah, dude, like this is what I'm talking about. Like it was just it was I mean, that was like intentionally funny. Like a lot of this movie is unintentionally funny, but you could tell like they actually tried to like make it like a little bit funny. And that was some good stuff. That was hilarious. Their whole relationship was funny. It was funny because they just like looked at each other for like 1 second. They're immediately like in love. Like it was just, like they might have been soulmates. I don't know. I think I'm being a hater. Like they were just meant to be together. I don't know. But anyways, um, another thing is like, I talked about this movie being bad but being entertaining. Um, yeah, I already talked about the acting, but yeah, the acting is terrible. Like pretty much everyone is terrible, but the standout terrible person is one of the girls in the punk rock band. This like girl with like this busty girl with blonde hair. Oh my goodness, she is the worst actor ever. She does this like cackling laugh. It's the fakest laugh I've ever heard. Like who does it? She sounds like she's like the Wicked Witch of the West or something, man. Like I don't know what's up with that, but I mean shit. Her laugh was making me laugh, so that's cool. I guess that's good for something, right? So yeah, that chick did not know how to act. Um, and then something that I thought was cool was I recognized a couple of the actresses. So the final girl was Patty Mullen, who's in Frankenhooker, and I'm a fan of that movie. I'm a fan of Frank Henenlotter in general. I think I've seen like all of his movies, but yeah, Frankenhooker's good. So it was cool to see her. She wasn't bad. Her acting wasn't bad. Some of the people were okay. And then another familiar face was Kristen Davis, who's in like the Sex and the City movies, which I haven't seen those, but she's also in Couples Retreat, which I haven't seen in a minute, but that's a good movie. You got my boy Vince Vaughn up in there, so I mean she's like, cause I mean Patty Mullins and other stuff, but I mean the only other thing I really know that she's in is Frankenhooker, which is like another B movie that's like way more well regarded than this. Like that actually definitely has like a cult following, and it's higher budget, but like Kristen Davis is like A-list. Like I mean yeah, she like pretty much like A-list. Like she's in like big movies. Like she went on to have like a serious career, and I like recognized her. I'm like that actress looks familiar, and I looked it up. I'm like what? Like she like hey, it's kind of inspiring, like everyone's got to start somewhere. So I mean, you would think like after this movie like her career would be over, but shit, I mean it was like a little stepping stone. Like got her foot in the door. She wasn't bad either. She wasn't bad. I mean most of the people were bad, but those two actresses were actually not too bad. And it's like what did they have to work with? It probably wasn't the best script, so like even the actresses who weren't bad, it wasn't really their fault. I mean the one crazy laughing punk rock chick, she was just terrible. I mean that wasn't the script. Like she just, I don't know. I think she was like a Playboy bunny or something too. I don't know for sure. I saw something on the cover that like a couple of the girls were like Playboy bunnies or something like that. So it's like at least she's got other stuff going for her, because the acting is it's not her strong suit. But anyways, moving on here, a lot of the kills are funny because it's like the type of thing where they have minutes to run away or do something, but they'll just sit in a chair, or just like they'll just like stand against a wall, like I don't know, maybe like do something, maybe, I don't know, run away. Like they're just like, it's like no, I was about to I was about to say like Friday the 13th Part 4, when he's like, he's killing me, but I mean he doesn't really just stand there, but I mean it's like that. It's like, he's killing me, he's gonna kill me. It's like, well, I mean, not if you just get up and run away. And but that was funny. I was laughing. I was like, oh my goodness, you could just run away. Like the Kristen Davis's character, she's just like in this chair, and he's just walking as slow as possible, like even slower than Michael Myers, and then she's just, oh, I'm just gonna sit here and scream and it's like, wasn't there something like that in like Austin Powers, where the guy's like getting run over by something, he just like stands there, like, I'm telling, like, this movie, it's got all the cliches, you know. It's like, I mean, I think this movie is what people who like aren't slasher fans think slasher movies are, because like that's what everyone criticizes slasher movies, like they're like, that's what people criticize about slasher movies, is that they're so like formulaic, and it's like all the same tropes every time, which for the most part is true, but like I feel like they think every slasher movie is like this, where it's just like, this movie was like just all tropes. Like it was just, it was the most predictable movie ever, but I thought it was pretty awesome. So that's gonna, I mean, I'm gonna lose all my subscribers saying that this movie was awesome, but it kind of was. It was just like, it was just kind of sleazy and trashy, and like it had the 80s vibes going. It was just, I don't know, man, something about this movie, like I kind of liked it. I don't know if I would really like watch it again, but like for a one-time watch, it was heck of fun, you know. But anyways, yeah, I'm about to move on, but yeah, I just want to talk about like a lot of the kills. It's like people could just easily get away, and it's so comical. Like it's awesome. But I think I kind of talked about this already, or no, I touched on it, but I'm like, I'm gonna get back to that later. Surprisingly, the kills are actually pretty decent in this movie. Like I said, yeah, I did kind of talk about this a little bit earlier. There's a lot of variety. There's no cutaways. You got some good gore. Some of it doesn't look the best, like Kristen Davis's kill. Like you can tell they put like a fake head in, but even like Sleepaway Camp 2, that's like an awesome movie, and that, like, some of the fake heads, you can tell like in that they're like fake heads, and that's lower budget, but that's still like Sleepaway Camp 2 and 3, like a couple like the scenes where there's like kills with like a decapitation or whatever, the head looks super fake, but those movies still rule. I mean, those are awesome movies. So it's like, this doesn't look that much different. I mean, it looks a little bit worse than in those movies, but I mean, the practical effects in this, they're not that bad. There's a good gore. I mean, I thought it had good kills, man. You know, don't hate me for it. I thought this movie had decent kills. Sorry, you know, but the best kill is the punk rock chick with terrible acting skills. She gets pushed into like what I think is like a trash compactor. Like, I don't know if you all have, well, yeah, of course most of you have probably seen Monsters Inc. Like I mean, that's a classic. Come on, I mean, who hasn't seen that? But anyways, in like Monsters Inc., there's like the scene where, you know, the little girl like goes through the like, she doesn't really go through the trash compactor, but they think she does, and she like, that like a cube comes out and they think it's her. That's what happens with this girl. But I mean, she actually gets pushed through it, and I don't know why that's there, because it's supposed to be an asylum. That's something I didn't understand. understand either, like, why are there doctors at an asylum? Like, why was he sent to an asylum after with doctors, but he's a dead body? I don't know. But it's a good setting for a horror movie. Like, it was a cool location. So, hey, you know, who really cares if, like, this movie really makes sense? I mean, it doesn't. None of it makes sense. Who cares? Whatever. There's too many plot holes in this low budget slasher movie. I can't even enjoy it when I'm 20 beers deep. No, I wasn't 20 beers deep, just a couple. I'm just playing, but I'm just Drake and Joshing around here, you know. But anyways, yeah, the cube kill was so good. Yeah, she just gets like tapped in. She gets like pushed in real lightly, and then in like 1 second, she just like comes out like this giant cube of flesh with like a giant spring sticking out. I mean, that was awesome. So yeah, I mean some of the other kills, some honorable mentions, like this one kid got like a drill through the head. I think Darnell got like these giant like clamps squeezed on his head. This one chick got like her head dunked in acid. That looked really good. Like you could like the whatever fake head they pulled out after looked like awesome actually. And then I think I already mentioned it, but yeah, Kristen Davis, she got like a little like saw to the face. That wasn't too bad. And then the one guy, like the main guy, I don't even remember him dying, but I remember him getting his toes clipped off, and that was actually kind of gruesome. I was like that actually kind of like made me cringe a little bit, made me squirm a little bit. I'm like, ooh, because he's just like tied down, he's just cutting off his toes one by one. That's like some torture stuff right there, some hostile stuff, you know. But anyways, yeah, for the most part, I pretty much talked about everything that I wanted to talk about. So, I mean, I'm gonna lose all my subscribers for saying this, but you know, I honestly I would recommend checking out this movie once. Don't expect it to be good because it's not good at all. But I think if you watch, like, I mean, you can enjoy it, like the kills you can enjoy actually, but I mean, and it's got like a good 80s vibe and the setting's cool, but like everything else is just a total joke and it's just terrible, but in the best way. So if you're trying to watch something short, if you're trying to watch an 80s slasher, something that's just like so bad it's good, I would recommend checking this out once. It's not one that like I'm gonna revisit. It's not gonna be like a yearly watch, but I mean, if you're, you know, sipping some drinks, you want to watch something kind of silly, I would recommend this. Okay, so I mean, there goes all my subscribers, and probably gonna get 50,000 dislikes on this video. Because I think this is like universally hated. I think the only videos about this are just like videos just shitting on it. But yeah, I'm gonna get 50,000 dislikes. I don't even think, does YouTube even have dislikes anymore? I haven't even been paying attention. I feel like they got rid of them. So I guess not. I guess it doesn't even matter. So whatever. That makes me feel good then. I'll just say whatever I want on here. Who cares? But anyways, that has been my review of Doom Asylum. Thank you all very much for watching, and peace out.